Hello, welcome to class today. In this class, we are doing a movement practice for pregnancy. So let's jump straight into it just by bringing ourselves here into the space with some breathing. No props required for this one. I have my mat, but you could get away without a mat even. So just taking a comfortable stance with the feet. Lift the toes and spread them and ground down into the floor. Really feel that connection through the feet. Just rock forward and then back into the heels a few times and then ground down with about 60% of the weight traveling through the heels. A little bit of softness through the knees with a little bend. Just stick the bum out and then tuck it under a few times and then find that neutral pelvis with a nice long spine. Soft through the legs. Shoulders are back and down. Just roll them forward and back and drop them away from the ears. Belly is soft. Face is relaxed. Hands just gently down by the side. Inhale. Fill up that thoracic space, breathing into the front, the sides, and the back, finding that expansion. And let the exhale fall. Inhale again, nice and full and deep. And exhale. This time on the inhale, direct the breath right down into the pelvic space. Maybe even placing one hand on the front and one hand on the back and breathing down. Let the exhale fall one more time, right down into the pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. And let the hands just fall back down by the side. We're going to start with some head leading spinal movement. So tucking the chin slightly and then scooping the head forward, allowing the rest of the spine to follow in that snaky motion. So showing you from the side. And as you get further along in your pregnancy, I'm finding this now at 36 weeks, is that my spine doesn't want to move as much. There's this feeling of it being a little more blocky or stiff. So just being mindful of that and just searching for a little bit more movement along the spine. Often the lumbar spine will become quite stiff because it's holding a lot of this weight, or a lot of the weight of the uterus is pulling forward on the lumbar spine. So just being mindful of that area, seeing if you can bring some more movement there without overextending through that lumbar spine. Nice. And now we're going to just start to free up the movement. So instead of just working forward and back along the sagittal plane, now we're going to still lead with the head, but exploring a few more options. So coming out to the side, working perhaps in a little bit of rotation, playing around with the levels as well. So you can come down more into a squat. The feet can pivot, but we'll keep them grounded for now, so not stepping. And feel that movement initiated by the head, but moving down through the entire body, affecting you from head to toe. And feeling how all parts of the body are connected and intertwined. Keep the breath going, just steady and even, just avoiding holding. Nice, and just winding the movement back, slowing down, and coming back to standing. Beautiful. Now we're going to get into the lower body a little bit more. So coming over to one side of your mat, or just making sure you've got a little bit of space where you're working, and just coming down into a little mini squat, not too low. We're going to bring the weight into the right foot. So let's all move in the same direction. You're going to reach out with the left foot, touch the toe down lightly to the floor, and then plant the foot slowly from toe down to the heel. Once the foot is planted, bend through the left leg and transition the weight over to that leg. Slowly come up onto the toe of the right foot. Now bringing that right leg, wrap it around the left leg and pivot till you're in that little mini squat facing the other way. And we're going to move back that way. So weight into the right foot, step onto the toe with the left, slowly plant the heel. Once the heel is planted, transition the weight over to the left, come up onto the right foot, tuck it behind the leg, so the knee is tucked behind the left leg, and transition back to the mini squat and press up. Let's do that a few more times. Down into the mini squat. If you want to work a little bit harder, you come a bit lower. This time we'll add the arms. So weight comes into the right leg, arms out to the right. Reach with the left foot, plant the foot, transition through the middle, arms switch, come up onto the toes of the right. Tuck that knee behind, arms sweep around with you, and then open both arms out and come up. Arms out to the right, step with the left, down, transition through the middle, up onto those toes. Knee comes around and all the way back to your starting position and up. Okay, let's do a couple the other way. So coming over to the other side of your mat, this time we're going to be stepping with the right leg first. So for the first one, let's not use the arms, just to get used to the pattern again, going the other way. Right foot steps like you're dipping your toe into the water to test it out. Plant the heel down. Transition over, up onto the toes. Wrap the knee, open out, back up. Weight onto the left. Stretch out the right leg, plant it down, up and over, take it around and back. Remember, the lower you come, the harder, so you gauge the challenge that you want. Down into that mini squat, add the arms. Reach the toe. Arms come over. Wrap the leg and around and up. Reach the right toe, plant the foot, transition, up and over, wrap the knee and around and back to the starting position. Beautiful. Give the legs a little bit of a shake out. You can work over time or as you feel comfortable to do the whole thing as low as you can, but if it doesn't feel right for your hips during pregnancy to come really low, like into your Cossack squats, then just stay way more upright in that position. All right, we're going to come down to the floor now. So coming down through our lunge, one leg back, lowering all the way down, and coming down into an all fours position. So from here, just taking a moment, let's just take a little bit of movement through the spine. So rounding, then pull the pelvis under just a little bit further. Feel some rounding in the low back. back to neutral. A little bit of extension here, but then keeping that from overdoing it, and drop the chest down towards the floor. Get that nice movement through the upper back. Just take a few of those in your own time. Finding the breath again. Back to neutral spine. Now here, a few options. We'll take the first round together in the sort of easiest option, less intense option. So we're going to take a little bit of spinal rotation here. So taking the right hand to the head, and we're going to open out. So you just open as much as feels okay for you. So this is a little bit of a twist, but just a gentle twist. So opening out, maybe you only just slightly open and turn out towards the right. Otherwise, the right arm can come further up and perhaps even reaching up to the sky. And here, sweeping under, so the arm sweeps through towards the other side. And then coming back. From here, we inhale, prepare. Exhale. Your choice of either rocking back to a wide leg child's pose or tucking the toes and coming to a bent leg downward dog. So we can have some nice length through the spine. Have the feet as wide as you need for belly, depending what stage you're at in your pregnancy. Then from here, we're going to inhale, exhale, gentle core activation as we lower back down, drop the knees to the floor. Then from here, few options. We're either going to step through with the foot, so inhale, exhale, lift the knees and the bottom up, right foot steps towards the other side, and we twist, open, or you stay in this all fours position and just take a little rotation on the left side with the arm. Nice. And then wide leg, rock back to your child's pose. And then back to all fours, and we'll take the other side. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Right, left elbow comes to the left head, side of the head. Open out just a little bit or a little further if you like. Open out the arm, thread it through. Back to the midline. Child's pose or downward facing. Exhale as you lift the knees. Keep that nice knee bend. And send the body back by pressing the hands into the floor. Back to the knees. Exhale down. Inhale here. Your option to do the step through or just open out on the right hand side with the elbow. If you're stepping through, exhale, lift the bum up, left leg steps through to the right, right hand comes off, we lift the hips and you can open up towards the sky. Reverse, hand comes down, exhale as you come back to the starting position and rock back to your downward facing. We're going to do that again on each side. Your choice of options. Inhale, open out. Thread it through. Down dog or child's pose. Exhale. Exhale back down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift the knees. Left leg steps through. And we open out.
That's slightly different to the other side, but all good. Drop the knees down and drop the hips back. Rocking forward. Let's open out left side. Thread the arm through. Back to that all fours position. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, child's pose or down dog. Exhale, back to your all fours position. Inhale. Exhale, lift the knees again, and we'll step the right foot through or just come back to the knees and open out through the elbow. Unwind, hand comes down. Exhale, knees come down. Wide leg child's pose or puppy pose. Lowering the head and chest down towards the floor and come back to your breathing. Take 3 diaphragmatic breaths here, breathing all the way down into the pelvic floor. Lengthen and soften. Coming all the way back up to your seated position. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll leave it there today, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.